beautiful. You see by the title what this is going to be about. Um, who really wants to have this story? I know I don't. Who really want to hop on here and start talking about, oh, me and my narcissistic parent, my narcissistic mother, my mother is jealous of me, my mother has a competitive spirit. I don't think anybody just wants to have that story. I know I didn't for a long time, which is really what made me just hide it for so long. It was kind of like a pride thing, honestly. Like, no, I don't have that type of relationship with my mother. No, like me and my mother's relationship is great. It's wonderful, like a normal mother-daughter relationship. Of course, it's great. It's good. Man, that pride, that pride was really a big part of it. Like, no, I can't have this. This is not happening. This is not happening. God, 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 God. This is not happening. This is not my life. God was like, it is. It is. It is. So accept it or resist it. But when you resist it, it's going to make it 10,000 times more tough. So, to all the people with a narcissistic parent, and specifically to the daughters of narcissistic mothers, hi, I love you. I believe you. You're not alone, okay? You are strong. You are resilient. You are loved. You are love, okay? I know, girl. I understand. This hard. This is hard. Yeah, I would ignore it for so long because it's like, nah, this ain't what's happening. But yeah, it is. And then like I will also ignore it too because some of the pain, the sadness and the grief and the anger was too much to bear. It's just too much to handle. It's too much to handle sometimes. I was so used to just ignoring a lot of things. Not even that, just a lot of things. Growing up, I can just block out a lot of stuff, and that's just how I live life. But me being an adult, like I can't do that anymore, and I won't do that anymore. And I'm at a period of my life where I'm ready to actually be me, take steps to be more of me, fully, wholeheartedly, unapologetically, wholly me. And so I was like, dang, I don't want to sound, you know how we do, kind of like protecting the parent. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want anybody to look at them a certain way. I don't want to cause havoc and craziness and just chaos. And it's like, no, baby, no. This time, this ain't about them. It's about you. It's about you, your healing process, you, your health. My mom knows that I love her. My whole family knows that I love her. It's a known thing. I know that I love her. God knows that I love my mother. And you see, that's another thing that comes with being a daughter of a narcissistic mom. It's like I'm trying to prove, like, I love her though. Whole time on the inside, I feel so unloved and heavy and all this weight on me, and I'm carrying all this. But that's what we do. We brush off our own needs and our own feelings and body sensations too, to cater to, her needs. And for years, I wanted to speak about this because I just wanted to be in a community where other people could understand where I'm coming from and I can make others feel understood and seen and heard, because I feel like that was one really good step in my healing process, like in my journey, when I realized, oh, I'm not alone. Oh, this isn't like so uncommon as I thought, because for so long I thought that I was the oddball out. Like, I'm the only one with this type of relationship with my mother. But then I started hearing other people, reading books, getting on YouTube, and just hearing other women talk about the same thing. I'm like, wow, I'm not alone. Like, it kind of makes you feel better, not better that somebody else is sharing the same pain, but you know what I mean. It makes you feel less alone, makes you feel less alone. And so holding it in, holding this thing in, almost protecting her, makes it worse for me, for her, for everybody. It makes it worse for me because it's like, man, it's just like a physical weight. If it's a physical thing that I feel on the inside, like something's off, something's wrong. Like it's anger too. It's a lot of anger. At first, it was a lot of sadness, and lately, it's been more anger than sadness. Not even the anger like, but more the anger like, I'm really holding this in still. Like, what? I can't believe this has happened in my life, and I'm still holding on to it, like almost protecting her. Now it's like I can go on into my adulthood and my new phase of my life and grow as a woman without me accepting this and telling my truth and speaking my truth. I mean, it's one thing to talk to a therapist about it, which I have. And, it's been cool. I'm in the early stages of doing it, but it's been cool. I've tried to talk to family about it, brushed it off like it was no big deal. It was nothing. It didn't really matter. I was taking things personally. And, I just felt really unheard. So when I first started telling people, just a few people like in her generation and my mother's generation, I thought that they would, I just thought they would stand up for me, they would acknowledge it, they wouldn't gaslight me, but I was gaslit. Like, oh, it's not happening, it's not that big of a deal, you know. And so I quickly understood that, I gotta advocate for myself. And it's no blame. It's no blame because everybody has a childhood, I know they all grew up, brushing stuff off, brushing stuff under the rug, probably seeing the older people do that same thing, and then they probably saw other people do the same thing. So it's like a pattern, of course. And another thing that I learned is that sometimes it's not that people don't see what's going on. Sometimes I feel like if they acknowledge it and be like, yeah, I know, I see, then that means that they have to do something. You know what I mean? Like that they have to, like, I don't know, do something about it, like act or say something to them or stand up or face reality, face truth. And if people can't face truth, on their own, in their own personal life, I can't expect anybody to do that for me, and it's nothing personal, it's still all love and all love from my mom. I said all that to say, speaking about it to therapy, trying to speak about it to family, the next phase of my life, like I have to really speak about it. One thing, and I know somebody can relate to this has caused so much isolation. I feel like maybe it's a trust thing. it's hard to trust, or like it's hard to connect to people. It has been hard to connect to people. It has been hard to trust people, but we're not doing that in the next phase of my life. Um, but it's been so isolating. It's like a hand over my mouth and like a prison around me. Like I felt like I had to like just stay like in the darkness for so long, just like be quiet. And yeah. And there's so much gaslighting. I've tried to stay away, cut contact, and then something happens, like somebody would get sick, or she would have an emergency or something, and it's like, okay, I'm running back, but still with the awareness and kind of my guards up, knowing how this goes. I can't get too close. And then what y'all ever heard of a Venus flytrap? Those plants, like, they literally look like an open mouth, like when bugs, like when if they get too close, like they grab them and they got them. That's how I explain. That's how it feels. Y'all know, as a child of a narcissistic parent, that it is like an attachment, like a leech like feeling. But like a Venus flytrap is like the best explanation that I could come up with, because it's like if you give a little bit of room, it's like boom, I got you. And all of a sudden you just back in that same dynamic. You pick up on like the energy of like, oh, I don't like you. Or you pick up on the energy of, oh, you can't, you're not enough or worthy by just being your own self, by having your own autonomy, by being your own person. You start to get that energy of like, you can only focus on my existence, pour everything into me, serve me, do everything for me. And also, you get the feeling from the narcissistic parent of like them thinking that you are theirs, like they own you, like you are not your own person. You are just an extension of them. That's it. You're just an extension of them. And I can smile about it now because, well, God is good, and I'm so grateful. I am so grateful, and thank you, God. All love. But it's such a painful thing, and it can really mess up your mind. It can really confuse you. It is tough. Tough is an understatement, but it is tough not being liked, not being loved and or cared for in a way that you'd expect a parent to do. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's made me become like super hyper independent, overly independent. I do not want to be like this. Yes, you know what? Yes, I'm grateful that I am independent and I'm able to do things for myself. But overly independent is not a good thing. I want to let people in. I want to be able to ask for help without feeling like the world's about to end or something bad's about to happen or anything like that. I want to be able to have a healthy relationship with asking for help. Especially since I don't mind when people ask me for help ever. I am willingly ready to give. And so, yeah. If you are a daughter of a narcissistic parent, you know that it's the energy you can always pick up on. You're not liked. That you're not really seen as like a daughter. You're seen as like that woman or like competition or like somebody on the street. Like there's not that foundation of love and safety that you typically get with a healthy mother relationship. So I felt like for so long that being around her, it wasn't like a safe haven. I don't feel safe around her. I feel on eggshells. I feel like I have to perform, like I have to be just enough of me to where it doesn't provoke her insecurities. I can't be too much of me. I gotta play small a little bit just to save face, to keep the peace. Not really peace, but just to be able to breathe around her. And that's another thing. I've gotten so much better as the years have progressed, and I'm so grateful. Again, thank you, God. Thank you, Divine. I'm just now being able to breathe around her. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. Even though I've limited my contact with her significantly, when I am around her, I can breathe. It still feels a little tight in my chest, I ain't gonna lie. But before, y'all, it felt like I couldn't even breathe around her. It felt like she sucked all the air out of the room. It's been so tough and nobody understands because everybody's like, that's your mother, you only have one mother. Yeah, I know. I wish I can just love her and shower her with love and affection and attention and have that beautiful relationship with her. I wish I can do that so bad because I know I only have one mother in that sense. But I didn't ask for this. This isn't something that I asked for. So when people say that, when people be like, you only got one mother, you need to be around her, you think I'm just doing this for no reason? And when I say doing this, I mean limited access from her, like not being around her so much, not being at her every beck and call. You think that I'm just doing that for no reason? And my thing was always like, why can't people be like, I wonder why she's reacting in that way. I wonder why she's acting as such. But their first thing is always like, well, that's your mother. Like, can you brain, use it, brain, use it. Man, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. If y'all still watching this, hey y'all. It does get better. Leaning into God really has helped me so much. Trusting that I am good. Trusting that everything is more than good. I'm okay. Trusting that everything happens for me and not to me. Some things that are gifts of having a narcissistic parent, and y'all don't start. Don't start. I am not glorifying or making light of having a narcissistic parent because ain't nothing fun about it. Okay? But there are a few gifts of it, I have to say. One gift is resilience. If you can experience a narcissistic parent, narcissistic mother or father, there is a supernatural level of resilience that you get. Okay? That nothing else can touch. The person that birthed you or created you, they see you as opposition, or they project onto you their pains and their fears and make you the target of that type of, you know, behavior, that's next level resilience. If you can go through that, anybody else that's bringing you BS, it ain't nothing, because you done been through the worst type of pain in a relationship. Now, I'm not saying stuff won't hurt. It certainly will hurt. The video cut off in the last video. Sorry about that, but you have a different type of resilience. We have a different type of resilience. Any other relationship thing will be small compared to, you know, the type of dynamic that you experience with your parent. It makes you stronger, makes you more empathic. It helps you see with a more bird's eye view of things. There are different things that come with it, different gifts that come with it. I wouldn't glorify it though. You are not alone. I see you, babe. You got this. I see how strong you are. I see how brave you are. I see how loving you are and how much you try to understand as much as you can. Even on a crazy level. But some things you just have to accept so you can really be your full self, who you are, who you came to be your own person, have your own voice, speak, stand up for yourself. Because one thing we do know is that type of dynamic that you have with your parent, it does spread to all the different types of relationships in life. But I feel like when you accept it and like see it for what it is, move past the part of it where it's like where you're in it, you know what I mean? That's when life can, begin. And remember, you're not crazy, so do not go on and start gaslighting yourself. No, you feel things, you notice things, you know when something's not right. But I feel like I couldn't go on any longer. It was just something that's just been eating away at me for years upon years upon years, and I just can't go on without addressing it because I want to be my full self. I want to be my full self now. I want to be all of me. And that's been a big part of my life, dealing with that and the effects of that. And I have to be in therapy for it. And I've been doing a lot of self work and a lot of journaling and a lot of just everything. And I'm grateful because I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I always knew that I didn't want to come on here and go toward either of the extremes. So I didn't want to go all the way to the extreme where it's like I was bashing my mother. I was making her my enemy. I was blaming her for everything, and I was just making her just the worst person ever, and like saying I hate her and all this stuff. And I didn't want to go on the other end of the extreme, being like, well, she's gone through her things and I forgive her, and that's my mom, and you only get one mom, and she doesn't mean to, and I'm not taking nothing personal, so it's all good. I don't feel any hurt, and you shouldn't either. I didn't want to go there either way. I feel like there is a balance in between those two, and who am I to say it has to be a perfect balance? But I do know, and I have learned that there is a balance, and it's okay to have more than one feeling about this. It's perfectly okay. It's okay to have different feelings, different contradicting feelings like, oh, I'm mad. Oh, I want revenge. Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I want to cry. Oh, I want to go no contact. oh, maybe I should try to talk with them again. Maybe we can make up or fix things. It's okay to hold these different emotions. Don't judge yourself. Uh, Also, I do recommend talking to someone if therapy is your thing. That would be good. I know everyone's different, but I do think therapy would be a good tool if you need to work some things out and talk to someone who is not biased and can see a little bit more clearly because they have more of a bird's eye view of things. Journaling helped me so much. It's been a lifesaver throughout the years, and I will always journal. It's like getting everything out on that paper, and then it's just healing for me. I love my mom. Me speaking about this is not about me not loving or blaming somebody or trying to do anything like that. The intention for this is for me to get this out of my body, off of me, get this weight off, transmute it into love, into life, into helping another person to know that they're not alone, helping to ease the pain for somebody else that's possibly going through this. Um, and also just not holding it in. Because I think holding it in and trying to hide things and trying to suppress and just continue to block things out, that keeps the pattern of trauma going and going and going. So even though this is tough, y'all, this I don't know if I imagined doing this. I always felt like I needed to do it and I would do it, but I didn't really know I would do this. So this is a lot. I'm proud of myself for doing this. It does feel way better actually vocalizing it. Whoever's going through the same thing or has gone through the same thing, just know that it always, always, always gets better. Lean into you, lean into God, and get you some support, some people that can relate. Maybe y'all can help each other. It don't gotta be all about trauma bonding, because I don't really want to do that either, but about growing through it and moving into y'all full versions together. And of course, sharing space to do what you need to do, to cry, to get it off your chest, to relate to each other, but also that space where y'all can help each other to grow and to embody who y'all are outside of that trauma. You know, this is the last thing I'm going to say. It's bigger than just that dynamic between you and your mom, because it probably came from her mom too, and her mom, and her mom, you know, lots of shame, lots of trauma, lots of hidden things, like lots of stuck energy that just couldn't come out. But you can release that. You don't got to carry it, you don't got to hold on to it. Whatever you got to do, if you got to speak about it, if you got to talk to somebody about it, if you got to journal, do that, but get it off of you, get it out of you. It can turn into sickness, illness, mentally and physically. Okay? So get it out. You're not meant to hold on to all that weight that holding something like this in brings. You just not meant to carry all that. So let go of it so you can be free, so you can live your life however you see fit, whatever's best for you in whatever way. And just know that you are not alone. Okay? No MJ. Okay? I love you so much. And hey, if you're watching this, comment. Comment, let me know if this helped you in any way or if you got something out of it. Let me know what this video did for you and anything really. I chat back, I'll comment back if you comment. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I will be making more videos about life stuff, maybe more videos about this and healing. Just let me know. I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Bye.